Thank you. Welcome on behalf of PCS faculty. And Dr. Sampson has already given us a little overview of the colloquium and the intent of it, but I just want to go into it just a little more. How many of you know anything about Harold Cottingham other than what you just heard? It's like a quiz. You're disqualified. But Dr. Cottingham was a professor at Florida State University. He was here from 1948 to 1980. And he served in many roles. His roles included department chair. He was a major professor in the doc program. He directed over 100 dissertations, published over 60 scholarly publications, had numerous presentations than we could probably count. He was a leader in professional associations, not only the American Psychological Association, but also what was the father of what we now know as the American Counseling Association. Very active both at the state, regional, and national level. He's one of the individuals that you can credit your counselor licensure to. So his big push was professional development, especially within both counseling and counseling psychology. Back then, we had less of a split between those two fields. And so that he was able to maneuver the waters very well between both. He was a licensed psychologist. Back then, we didn't have as much credentials for counselors. I'm sure if they were there, he would have probably had all those credentials as well. Interestingly, and I didn't know this until recently, that he was a co-founder of Eastwood Clinic, which is still in existence in Tallahassee. It's a thriving counseling center in our community. And to give you kind of an idea of what the intent of the colloquium is, I think it's best to listen to some of his own words and some quotes from him. And in 1966, in one of his addresses to one of the professional associations, he said it was the moral obligation of counseling and guidance profession to set a high standard of personal integrity as a matter of public image and individual influence. And I think that kind of sums up where he's coming from, or where he was coming from as a person and as a professional. And so, I think I had another quote. I do. And in one of his writings, he said, I want to give students not only an awareness of the challenges they face, but also help them to build their own resources to become professionals and to provide organizations with leadership or community agencies with services. And so with that intent, the program with really the workhorse behind all this is our career counseling part of our program. We've done this now for, it's debatable, but I'm going to say 5 years. It's probably a little longer than that, but we started counting these about 5 years ago. So if our idea is to help students kind of develop that professional kind of attitude and kind of figure out to network, I think it's important to see who's here today. And so what I'd like to do is to just take a moment to have all current faculty who are here just kind of raise your hand. Our retired faculty, we have many here. We have a couple. Welcome. How many of you are students currently in the program? Wow. And any alumni? Welcome. And community members? Okay, so we really are a FSU PCS community here today. So our intent today is to kind of carry forth that tradition of Harold Cottingham by doing a couple things. The colloquium is designed to maintain excellence and leadership in our program and kind of typify the work of Dr. Cottingham. We also would like our current students to understand ways in which your graduate education can lead to some very diverse opportunities for you when you leave our program. And lastly, to build a stronger sense of community with former students, current faculty, and former faculty. And I think we're doing that because we've just acknowledged that that's who we have in this room today. So without further ado, as they say, why don't we get this started? I'm going to introduce Dr. Angel Canto, who's going to get the colloquium going. Thank you.